Well, I'm Sarah Michelle, and they want me to have you introduce yourself, but I think that seems silly because I think you're a woman that is no introduction needed.
Oh, that's why you're my friend. I'm Kristin Chenoweth, and I'm here with my friend, my sweet, precious angel, Sarah Michelle. We're so excited to be here.
I'm honored to be here.
Thank you.
So I want you to just give me the brief synopsis of the new album.
The synopsis came to me, literally, it sounds like Mama Rose in a dream. I was like, what's the next record gonna be? And I decided to just make a list of all my favorite songs, and they just happen to be all women singers, and mostly women singer-songwriters. And I thought, I should do a girls' album, especially with the movement that's happening right now, which I have to say started many, many years before this movement. We're just having a resurgence, a renaissance, so to speak. And I thought, I should do it, and I should call it For the Girls. So before I even knew what the song list was gonna be, I thought, I want a record that my niece, who's 25, can listen to, that my young friends like Charlotte and Jenna can listen to, who are 9 and 10. I want my mom to be able to listen. I wanted the record to tribute and pay homage to women who have inspired me, singer-songwriter women, and that's what I've done.
Who were the songwriters, like when you were 9 and 10, that inspired you to come full circle to make this album?
You know, I have to say, Sarah, it's been an interesting journey because a lot of the singer-songwriters that I like aren't very famous. But Eva Cassidy was one that, she actually left us too soon. She left and she released an album posthumously in 2001, and one of the songs is on my record. It's called It Doesn't Matter Anymore. But oddly enough, Paul Anka wrote it way back when in the 40s, and Buddy Holly sang it. But it was Eva's version.
How did you decide which of all of these incredible, inspiring women would be part of the album?
Okay, you know how you go back in your life and you sensory memory, right? You go, okay, what did I remember during this time? What did I remember during this time? When I was young, my mom listened to Carole King, Tapestry record. I mean, it was always on.
Yes, I think my mom too.
Yeah, right? It was just constant. It was like what was on, right? Patsy Cline is another one. I thought I want to do Crazy, because it's probably my favorite song she does about crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy for trying and lying and all these things over you. It's hard for me because I miss Patsy, but I'm still going to pay homage to her because she was a big part of my growing up time.
But what you're doing with this album is you're also, because your fans range in such different age ranges, you're bringing all of these women that influenced you to generations that maybe don't know some of these singers, that don't know some of these lyricists, that don't know the songs.
That's right, girl. And I want Charlotte to grow up and go, I heard The Man That Got Away from a woman named Judy Garland on the very first time on Kristin Chenoweth. That's what I want. And that's why I've asked people like J Hud and Ariana to be a part of this record, because they're the women who've come behind me. And of course, Reba, who came before me, and fellow Okie and Dolly. I wanted the span. I thought, make a wish list of anybody you could sing with and just ask them.
Who would say no to you?
They said yes. I sing with Ariana, You Don't Own Me.
Oh, wow. And that's amazing because she has that strong, what she represents for young girls is that strength and individuality.
That's why I chose it. Thank you. Yeah, I just thought there was no other choice. A lot of people know the Dusty Springfield version. Of course, I admire on her Dusty too, but it was Leslie Gore's version that I went back to. I have a tendency to go back to original source material. Maybe somebody doesn't know the song. I mean, I don't know who that'd be, or don't know her version very well, and I can introduce it, and that's what I've done.
I think you inspire a lot of people. I know from firsthand, my daughter looks to you as if she can, one day I can aspire to be like Kristin. I think there are a lot of people out there that have that same view. You make people feel good, and I think that's, as not just your friend, but as your fan, I think that's important. And not everyone gets the luxury to see you in concert. Mm-hmm. And I take for granted that if you're in a Broadway show, I jump on a plane and I go see you.
You always do.
On the 20th Century, or I'll see Wicked, I'll see whatever. But not everyone has that luxury. And so every time you come out with an album, you make it accessible for all of your fans that don't necessarily get that privilege to see you on stage. And they feel, when I'm there, you're singing to me and for me. And so every time you come with an album, that's what you're doing for each individual person that's listening.
Actually, thank you for saying that, because honestly, what I really hope is that people will listen to this album, girls, boys, men, women. I hope there's something on that record that speaks to them. Whether it's You Don't Own Me, or I'll Always Love You, or The Man That Got Away, Judy Garland. there's so many styles on this record. A long time ago when I first started, Sarah, I want to say my very first record was in 1999, and it was You Stay in Your Lane. You do this. Today, I'm lucky enough to be able to put Ariana Grande on there with Reba McEntire, with Leslie Gore, with Dinah Washington, and that makes me happy.
But I think that's also about your music. What it speaks to is that it speaks to every generation. Like in my household, everybody listens to your music. And I don't think that there's a lot of records of entertainers or performers where it hits every generation. But no matter what you do, what you sing, it hits everybody. And it hits them all differently, but in the same place in the heart.
Thank you. Thank you. That's my dream. That what you just said completes everything and what I want in this life. Not just musical, but in it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this with me.
Of course. We love.